Light run. Obviously, you're very pleased with the way they're performing at the moment.
Yes, the team in itself, the test team, well, it's been together now on 3 or 4 occasions. The 2 tests, one in Brisbane and one in Sydney, we lost them, but we went very close, and the players performed very well. There was almost another test, you could say, as far as we were concerned. That's the game at Riverina. Everybody expected us to lose. Well, we put the right team on the field, and they played very well. 1 or 2 of the other games that we lost, we put all the young ones in on one occasion against Tamworth and Central Districts, and we didn't go very well. In fact, we were very poor. Mainly defensive mistakes and not moving up and not backing up. But of the 2 games we've played in Papua New Guinea, they've been very impressive. The players were told that if they continued to perform like they did at Tamworth and 1 or 2 other games, their international future was short. And they had the opportunity in the 2 games, one in the Highlands and then one against the Islands, and the players performed well. And I was very pleased, not only with our blokes, the way they played, the way they tackled, but I was very impressed with the Island boys, the way they played the other night. Their quickness and ability to beat a man is amazing. And I think both the Highlands and the Island team, there's a lot of talent, and I think the Papua New Guinea League are going to go a long way if they can continue to develop, and at the same time make sure we master the skills, start to pick out specialists for certain positions. It was very noticeable in the Island game, for instance. They're very light second row forwards. Well, how can you expect to get the ball when their number 10 is open side second row is 16.5 stone, and you put somebody in 12 or 13. Yeah. So the selectors and the coaches have got to learn to understand that players have got to master the positions and make sure that they're big enough and strong enough to play where you want them.
What style of football can we expect from the Kiwis on Sunday?
Well, we've been together now since 1979. We lost two tests. We lost 2 tests to 1 against Great Britain, and 1980 then Australia came to New Zealand. They beat us twice, not by many. In the final game, it was 10-6 and a few minutes to go, and Australia went on to win 15-6. We then toured England and France, and we shared the honours in England and France. Won a test, drew 1 and lost 1. Won a test and lost a test in France, and last year we beat France. Now, what sort of football? Well, we just go out to play good open football so that the game is attractive for the public and the players enjoy it. We'll go up the middle now and again, and we'll try and create moves and get a bit of variety into play to make it attractive. There'll be no hard football. It'll be good hard tackling, and they'll move up, and they'll try to make the opposition backpedal. So I think it's going to be a good open game, especially if there's an improvement in the players that are selected for national, which you can expect. The standard of football I've been very pleased with in the 2 games we've seen. In fact, I watched another game, 3 games, and I think it's going to be a great game on Sunday.
Who are some of the players that we can expect to look out for a big game?
Well, big games, well, wherever we go, Graham West, the captain, has played very well every game he's played. Kevin Tamity plays well. All the forwards will show up. The 1 or 2 young ones come into the side. Hugh McGann is a loose forward. He's only 20. He's got a very good future. But all the other players are experienced, and I've been playing, as I said, since 1979. So Bruce Gall has only come in for the games this year, and he's one of those dynamite players. He runs off Broadhurst and Western. I think the public will be very impressed. In the backs, well, we had Campbell, who was injured. It's a great pity that Port Moresby are not going to see Campbell. He was a star in England. He played in the cup final and in the replay, and they won the cup in England, Hull. And the other 2 that play for New Zealand, Dana Hara and James Luluai, both playing in English football. And of course we've got Gary Prome, who's in the centre, and I think won't be long before he's turned professional. And of course Gordon Smith at standoff half, and another youngster at scrum half, Clayton Friend, only 20. Very promising.
And finally, have you enjoyed the tour of Papua New Guinea?
Oh, tremendous. There was one stage they were talking they were only going to Australia, but the highlight of this tour has been our visit to the Highlands and to play in Goroka, and then we came down to play at Rabaul, which everybody was very impressed, and the hospitality has been tremendous. So tremendous that we had to start and realise we're playing a test on Sunday. It's about time we settled down and did a bit of work.
Okay, well, thanks very much for talking to us, and good luck for yourself and on Sunday.
Signals the start of play, and there's the kick-off.
New Zealand Kiwis are running from left to right across your screen. It's the New Zealand fullback, James Lulawai with the ball. Harry Tamati, Mark Broadhurst. You notice most times that the New Zealand hooker will go to dummy half. Harry Tamati, Graham West. He runs it up. Gets a pass back to Bruce Gall. First few minutes is usually a settling down period. Wide to Broadhurst. He's met solidly by 2 or 3 PNG forwards there. West. Gordon Smith. Back to Bruce Gall. Sixth and last. What will the Kiwi tactics be to start with? Run around back to Graham West. The hooker. Now they're going to run it out. Mark Broadhurst. The 5'8", to James Lulawai. He's got nowhere to go. Looking to pass back, he's lost the ball, and the Pummels have come up with it through Alan Rero, his first touch of the game. John Tenakanai. The Poga Keeler, John Mugambi. Darragher, dummy half. The Poga Keeler is going to kick for touch. It's a little long, and it's out of the full. Of course, today's game being controlled by Sydney's top referee, John Gasher.
It's going to be interesting, David, straight away to see how this first scrum goes.
Poga Keeler to field. It's a New Zealand win. It's the scrum half, Clayton Friend. Kiwis are just content to take the ball up, one up to start with. Now they're going to spin it. Gordon Smith, John Whittaker, Lulawai joins the line. Looking for the play, but he can't. He's well tackled there by Yangus Pilakos and Jimmy Peter. Broadhurst has lost the ball. And it's Yangus Pilakos that's come up with it. The Jack Wananara from dummy half goes on his own. Poga Keeler doesn't know where to go. Rebound Taumaga. John Joseph, a long pass. It's to no one. It's picked up there by Yanga Pilakos. Bad pass there from John Joseph. That's John Mugambi. He's looking for a break. Just through the gap, but he's tied up by his opposite number, Hugh McGann. Poga Keeler, John Joseph. He gets past Wayne, but he set him another tackle. Now he's off on a break. Kicks over the top. He's going to regain the ball. It looks like he's got it. Tucked it off. I think the referee... No, referee John Joseph allowed to play the advantage. Well, it was good attacking play there by John Joseph. But here's a move from the Kiwis, and it's Dane O'Hara on the break. He's out of the tackle. He's flying over halfway. Near straight place. So it's a master, but he's picked up, and there's a pass inside to Kevin Fisher, and his first try to New Zealand.
The opposite winger, David, came across from the other side and backed up the winger down the left-hand flank. New Zealand scored a good try there.
Well, against the run of play, the Kumals got the break through John Joseph. They got it into New Zealand territory, but then they worked the ball out. Dane O'Hara made a good break, made a good 60, 70 metres, passed inside to Kevin Fisher, as you said, came across from his wing, first scored to New Zealand 3-0. We've been playing about 4 or 5 minutes. It's going to be Gordon Smith to take this kick. Conditions here at the Lloyd Robson Oval are ideal for football. It's a slight breeze, but plenty of cloud cover, and it shouldn't worry the Kiwis, I don't think, today's weather. A bloke of Gordon Smith's experience, it should be a gimme, I'd say. Comes in. There's the kick. It's there. 5-0.
I noticed, David, too, in those few earlier tackles, Graham West was allowed to stand up in the tackles and get the ball away. They've got to put him on the ground, or otherwise he's going to offload the ball all day.
It'll be Poker Keeler to restart play. Going straight out to the back, James Luluwai. He's a very experienced player. Now that's out to the centre, John Whittaker, back inside to Dane O'Hara. Ball's loose. That's Hugh McGann, who's brought down by 2 or 3 Kumul defenders. Mark Broadhurst on the boil. Harry Tamati. There's a break there by, that's the 5'8" Gordon Smith inside to Hugh McGann. He's going for the line. He's out of that tackle by Tungastrubby. He's going to score. No, he's brought down there by Aribo Tomarco, about 6 inches short of the line. Well, there's a good break there by the 5'8" Gordon Smith. Kiwis on the attack again. Graham West was able to get a pass out there again to Bruce Gall. They must stop the Kiwis from uploading the ball. Broadhurst goes himself from dummy half. It's a pass back to Graham West. Ball's loose. And I think he's off the ball as well. And now
Aribo
Tomarco comes up with it.
Check 1 and 0 it was, sir.
It's the hooker playing his first game, John Tenekanai. And a little run there from dummy half. Keeler to Tara Gow. He'll settle things down. Keeler's going to kick for touch this time, and it's a good kick. It's coming over towards us. Kevin Fisher picks it up. It's up now. But he's tackled there by Jimmy Peter. James Luluwai from half, dummy half, and he goes himself and makes a good few metres. James Luluwai plays for Hull Club in England. Now the Kiwis spin it out to John Whittaker. Now he does the pass now to Gary Prome. Gary Prome past the defence. I think Prome, he's got the fullback to beat inside to Kevin Tamati, and Tamati's going to score under the post. Well, once again the Kiwis threw the ball out, create the overlap to John Whittaker. One of the oldest players in the side, and it's a fairly simple try there for the Kiwis, and things aren't looking good for the Kumals at the moment.
No, they're playing the same sort of game they played in Goroka. They're throwing the ball around, let the ball doing the work, and making the Kumals stretch back and forth across the ground, and I'm afraid their defence at this stage is wanting.
Well, this kick for Gordon Smith will probably be in just about the same spot as the previous one. There's the Kumul trader, Peter Lung, taking out some words of advice from Coach Scary Palenga. I'm sure wouldn't be very happy at this stage. Here's a kick. It's there. 10-0. While the ball's coming back to start play, we'll enjoy a Sandvik red or goal. Well, the way things are going, Poker Keeler might be doing a lot of kicking from that centre spot. Good technical kick. Picked up by Broadhurst, he's lost it. And Jack Bonanara comes up with it. Poker Keeler, out to John Joseph. Jimmy Peter, younger Pillicos, didn't know which way he was going, and he was tackled out by John Whitaker. Now, what's Kantara Gauger with the ball?
We'll stop from this, Peter. We'll stop from this.
Kobe Keeler. That's a Revo. Well, local favourites here in Port Moresby. Kobe Keeler, John Joseph. Jimmy Peter, who tries to make a break, but he's tackled there by Graham West. John Joseph. John McGamby, quick pass to Aribo. But he can't make any headway, and it's 6 tackles.
Interesting to note, David, this is only the second scrum of the match. And we've been going now for about 12 minutes.
Clayton Friend feeding the ball. Referee John Dasher asked him to put it in again. Anyway, it comes out the Cromwell side to John Joseph. Anyway, half a break. He's through the game. He's got the ball back to beat. He's got Alan Lero. Try out. Lero's got a shot. Good try. Well, we'll let the crowd tell the story. That was a lovely break there from John Joseph. He had his winger Alan Lero outside him. The defence come across. He was able to get the pass to Lero, and he scored in the corner, and that would do the Cromwells a world of good.
Very good break by John Joseph there. I think the earlier break he made and kicked, he made a mistake, should have held on to it, with the men looming up outside of him, but that time he held on to the ball, ran down the sideline and got it to the winger, and the winger was over in the corner. Very good break.
Of course, John Joseph making a so-called comeback to PNG football. Anyway, he didn't play for the Cromwells last year, but he's been reinstated this year as captain, and he showed his worth there with a fine break. Anyway, it's back to Kungas Cuvier, who, you recall, kicked that magnificent conversion to win the game for the President's 13 against Bala last month. This kick will be equally as hard. You'll be able to follow it on your screen.
Interesting, it's from the opposite side of the ground this time, David.
Here's the kick. It looks good. That's just short. Well, he had the direction, but not enough length, and it just fell a little bit short. Anyway, 10-3 the score. Lee Gordon Smith. John McGamby. And he drops it. Bad mistake there by a very experienced campaigner. Take a kilo to feed. Right on the 22-metre line for Cromwells. John Gashot's and put it in again. Both lines of defences are standing very close to each other. Anyway, it's a Cromwell win. Poker Keelers. That's Alan Rero, keen to get back into the play after scoring that try. Aribo Tomaka. The crowd are telling the referee John Goucher that the Kiwis aren't back 5. Now he's telling them to get back. Poker Keeler. Tara Gare back inside to Jack Wananara. Possibly a shepherd there, but he's tackled by Bruce Gore. Tara Gare. John Joseph, he kicks. It's a good kick. The Cromwells are coming up on it. It's well into Kiwi territory. It's James Burleroy. He's got Dane O'Hara outside him. Gets a pass to Dane O'Hara, but he gets out of one tackle, but no, then he's brought to game by Jimmy Peter and Sama Sasama. It's Gary Crane from dummy half, and he makes a good few metres and takes the ball up the halfway mark. Kiwi spin it again. Big Graham West. He just offloads the ball to Hugh McGann on the run. It's Kevin Tamati. Gets a pass back to Mark Broadhurst. Graham West. To Gordon Smith. That's James Luluwai. He gets out of one tackle. They got the overlap here. Dana Harris heading for the corner. He's back inside to James Luluwai. It's a lovely pass, a lovely try to the Kiwis. Two very experienced players there. A well-weighted pass back inside to James Luluwai, who made the initial break, got the pass out to Dana O'Hara. He made a few meters, threw it back in, and they've scored once again. And as you said, Marty, when they throw the ball around, they look pretty good.
They look very good when they throw the ball around. I noticed that stage Aribo Taumaka, standing out in the backs, missed James Luluwai, who was quick enough to be able to step around him out of his tackle and then set Dana O'Hara down the sideline to pass it back inside to score the try. As you said, they look very good when they throw the ball around. I think it's an example to the Kummels to let the ball do the work and not to bust yourself by trying to go up the centre all the time. You let the ball do the work.
Gordon Smith kick for goal again. It's 2 from 2. That looks pretty good. No. A bit to the right of the post. The score remains at 13-3. Very good crowd here today. Once again, just goes to show how popular rugby league is in Papua New Guinea. Here with a little tactical kick. That's Kevin Tamati. Takes it right on the 5-metre mark. Mark Broadhurst from dummy half to Bruce Gore. Oh, that pass was, I think the pass was forward, yes. Free John Gosher. Crowd are telling Tungus Kavir to have a shot. That's exactly what he's going to do. Of course, John Goucher, Marty, was one of Sydney's top referees.
Yeah, easily Sydney's top referee. I think he's possibly arguably at this stage, whether he's Australia's top referee, the only one who has more international experience. Possibly would be Eddie Ward from Brisbane. Interesting to note, though, that this would be John Gosher's first Test match.
Is that right? An interesting thing here is the two Kiwis, we can just pick them up on the screen, who are standing just about 5 metres back. Perhaps as a decoy, I've never seen that before.
It's a long shot, David, which means he has to get the ball up high to get over them, which is a chance that he might not make the distance.
Tungus Kuvir. Referee John Gosher is telling one of the Kiwis there he's not to move his hands. Here comes Tungus Kavir. He's made a meal of that. And it's Hugh McGann who picks up the ball and he runs it up to his 22-metre line.
Served its purpose, David. I think it put him off completely with having the players there.
But I'm sure that's the first time he's ever had to kick like that.
International experience coming out again in the New Zealanders.
That's Mark Broadhurst, a man who's got a lot of international experience. A bit extra teep in there from Aribo Taumaka. I don't think he likes that. But the Kiwis there going in backwards. I think the Kummels are starting to throw a little bit extra into this now. Sixth and last, what will they do? They back the line very deep and then they're going to throw it out west to Gary Prome, a run around to Bruce Gall. He's looking to offload, he does, to Hugh McGann, and now it's out to Gary Prome, and he's made a bit of a break. He's tackled there by, he's still able to get the pass up away. The Kiwis are still just throwing the ball around. James Luluwai on the break. He gets a pass now. He's tackled there by John Joseph from behind. He's lost the ball, and Aribo Taumaka comes up there right on the halfway mark. Jack Wananara from dummy half. Take a killer. There's big Philip Waller on the burst. I think that's the first time we've seen him. The big, strong lad from the Highlands. Poker Keeler, John Joseph, Jimmy Peter, Yanga Pilakos. But he's well and truly tied up by Gary Prime. He couldn't do anything with that ball. Jimmy Peter goes from dummy half. And he's thrown to ground solidly by Graham West. John McGanby. He's lost the ball, I think. Referee John goes for rules. Double knocker, and they'll put a scrum down. 2-1 the scrums at the moment for the Cummels. Yeah, New Zealand feed. Referee John goes for us to put it in again. Anyway, it's an incorrect feed there by halfback Clayton Friend. The poker Keeler who will kick the touch. And it's right on the 22-metre line there. So what have the Cummels got for us this time? It'll be John Tenakanai, the poker Keeler. He holds it up, misses 1, 2. Eribo Taumaka takes it. John Tenakanai goes himself from dummy half. He makes a good few metres. He's about 5 metres short of the line. Eribo Taumaka from dummy half. Poker Keeler. That's to John McGanby. John McGanby tries to make a break, but once again he's tied up by his opposite number, Hugh McGann. John Joseph. Now the Cummels. Oh, that's Jimmy Peter who's lost the ball in that break. And it's the 5'8" Gordon Smith who comes up with it. There's Harry Tamati. His cousin. The big Mark Borders on the ball, and he's well and truly tied up, and the crowd love that. There's John McGanby and Philip Wilder. And anyway, the Kiwis are on the break again. John Whittaker, but Kevin Tamathy's knocked it on. There'll be a scrum down about 3 metres into New Zealand territory. Clayton Friend to feed. John Goshass will put it in again. This time it's a penalty to New Zealand. It'll be the lock Hugh McGann to kick the touch. Right, what have the Kiwis got? Mark Broadhurst. Kiwis seem to be a bit disorganised there. I don't think they knew what was going on, but anyway, it's back to their 5'8" Gordon Smith. Gary Prime at dummy half. He goes for a little run. Suspending off to Cummels there, but he's brought to ground by John Tekanai and Eribo Taumaka. Graham West. He goes himself. Offloads to Mark Borders. Back inside to the halfback. Clayton Friend, who's got there's winger outside him. Kevin Fisher, but he passed maybe bloody high into touch. Once again, both defences are standing very close. It should be back 5, shouldn't they, Marty?
Sorry, what was that, Dave?
They should be back 5 metres, both those.
No, they only have to stay behind the back row forward, the last forward down, that's all.
Anyway, I think it's a Kiwi ball. That's their halfback, Clayton Friend. That's a Graham West. Oh, the big gap there by Ramones, but he bundled it, but his referee John Gosher rules that he knocked it on. He made a mess of that. Experienced player. It's perhaps a little bit of uncertainty in the New Zealand camp, perhaps trying something that they've never tried before. 13-3, perhaps feeling a little bit confident. Poker Keeler feet, and the Cromwell win. He's still going. John Mugambi, he runs it up to the 22-metre line. John Joseph from dummy half. The Poker Keeler to Tara Garrett. He nearly lose it, but he came possession. John Senekanai takes it from dummy half. The crowd once again telling the Kiwis to get back 5. John Joseph looks to make a break. Now he's through. Gets past one. Then another, but no. Graham West comes from behind him. Pulls him down to ground.
The big 6'5" Graham West was be able to reach out then, David, and grab John Joseph. Anybody else, he might have just been on his way.
So it'll be another scrum down. 13-3 the score. We've been playing about 20 minutes, have it?
25 minutes, 26 minutes.
It's a New Zealand win anyway, and halfback Clayton Friend made a good break. He's going to score. He's got past the tackle, Francis Trevere, and he's going to score under the post. Well, quite a simple try there to New Zealand. Cromwell feed, New Zealand won it. Clayton Friend made a break and the blind side, but out of 1 or 2 tackles, they're able to score under the post. It just goes to show you just can't afford to miss tackles.
Bad defence from the Cromwell second row then. The halfback was able to break from the scrum base, but the second row is still being in the scrum. They'll have to break a lot quicker when that ball's lost, and have been able to get onto these 5'8" and the halfback very quickly.
He had no trouble with that one. The score on that line now of 18 points to 3. He's Poker Keeler to restart play. That's to the Kevin Tamaki. Quick pass to Bruce Gall. He's swamped by Cromwell jumpers. Howie Tamaki once again at dummy half. The 5'8" misses out broadest. The long pass there from him again, but it's picked up by Dane O'Hara.
Bad pass from Little Eye there, threw it to nobody, and then the New Zealanders were lucky to regain possession there.
Mark Broadhurst. Now the Kiwi spin it out, the run around, holds it up for Graham West. He looks to offload, he does to James Lulawai. He's made a break, he's got a player outside him, that's the hooker. Harry Tamati, he's running for the post. Alan Leroy's coming across, he's missed him and he's going to score. Well, he should have got him, I think. Alan Leroy, a winger chasing the hooker, Harry Tamati. Once again, you can see that Kiwis were able to offload the ball and score another try.
Started from Graham West again, being able to stand up in those tackles to get the ball away. A bad attempt to tackle from the winger from the Cromwell's end. I think he went a bit high on the man, tried to take him ball and all, and Howie Tamati is a strong player and was able to force him off then and then continue on to the try line.
Straight with Graham West, and once again James Lulawai, who made the initial break, got the pass to the hooker, and 21-3 the score. Things aren't looking bright for the Cromwells. It'll be Gordon Smith to another shot for goal. He's got 3 from 4 at the moment. Be pretty pleased with that record. There's a kick. It's there. 23-3.
Raining, David.
Yes, the weather's looking a bit coming down at the moment. Not a common sight for this time of the year in Port Moresby. Logan Keeler. Same kick again. Kevin Tamati. That's Bruce Gore. Kevin Tamati from down the half. He offloads, tries to offload, but couldn't get the pass away. Taken there by Poker Keeler and Jack Wananara. Now the Kiwi spin it out to the back line. A quick pass to James Lulawai and the break again. He gets the pass out to Gary Crum. Another pass inside to the 5'8" Gordon Smith. The pass outside to the Gary Crum and it's forward pass. Well, I think the Kiwis were playing around with the ball a bit there. They should have headed straight for the corner. They went one pass too many. To kick the touch. Well, things didn't look very good there for the Kummels. Poker Keeler to Barragan. John Tenekanai, Poker Keeler, John Joseph, that's to Jimmy Peter. But he's well and truly tackled there by Gordon Smith and can't do anything with that ball. John Joseph, back inside to Poker Keeler, the Yenga Pillicott. I don't think they should have their centres running the ball up.
No forwards there, David, to run the ball up, left to the centres.
Forwards are out in the back. There's John Mugambi, out to Jack Wananara. There's a lock in the second row, he's lost the ball. And it's a double knock on. It'll be another scrum on the 22-metre line there for the Kummels.
Please on the corridor, please get down. You cannot see the crowd.
Yeah, it's a New Zealand win, and it's a quick pass out to their lock. Bruce McGann, he's trying to offload the ball. He does to the halfback, Clayton Friend. He's got a pass out to Stone O'Hara, but he's lost the ball anyway, and it'll be another scrum. They're 3 metres short of the Kummel line. Once again, the Kiwis were able to make a break from the base of the scrum. Poker Keeler feeds, and it's a Kummel win. It's Jack Wananara trying to get something going. The Kummel certainly aren't playing with the type of game they'd like to be playing, I'm sure. They're hoping to throw that ball around.
At this stage, they're just trying to settle down the play, I think, to get out of their 22-metre line. Once they get down there, you'll probably find that they'll throw the ball around a bit better.
Pass out to Poker Keeler, he holds it up for Philip Rolder. Poker Keeler, John Joseph. And on the ball there is Kangas Kuvir. He gets a pass back to New Zealand's Gordon Smith. Well, Kangas joined the line, but tried to get a pass back anyway. It's back inside to Broadhurst, to Gordon Smith. Now the Kiwis throw the ball out. It's their hook. That's Kevin Tamati. Bruce Gold goes for a little run, offloads the ball once again to Hugh McGann. Back inside to Graham West. And he's well and truly, he can't get rid of that ball. It's a good tackle there by Philip Rolder once again. That's a penalty to the Kummels. Referee John Gasher telling Graham West to get up, just play the ball. So as you can see, telling him he's a lot taller than he is. And just no need to push him around, just play the ball.
Mistake from Graham West there. He's international capital. He should be able to control his temper a bit better under those circumstances.
Jack Wananara. John Tekanai, the Poker Keeler. Change sides to Arrive Taumaka. He's lost the ball, and it's going to be Graham West who comes up with it. The hooker, Harry Tamati, going for a little scurry. Graham West, Broadhurst, he just holds the ball up. He gets a pass back out now to the 5'8", Gordon Smith. In that passage, he's lost the ball, and it's John Joseph who got it. Thomas Cuvier is enjoying the play. He's made a good break. And he stopped by James, opposite number James Lulawai, right on the halfway mark. Well, we've seen in the last game with the Preston's 13 that Thomas Cuvier likes to join the line. But here's a break now from Jimmy Peter.
Few gaps opening up the New Zealand defence at the moment there, David. Up the centre.
John Mugambi gets the ball out to Sama Sasama, and he's run the ball up to the 22-metre line. The Commonwealth are looking a lot better now. Poker Keeler to Tara Gow. He gets out of one tackle, offloads to Poker Keeler, but he's lost the ball. No, it's a penalty to the Commonwealth for a high tackle. Penalty to the Commonwealth, what will they do? 23-3 the score. We've got a couple of minutes to half-time. We're going to kick for touch.
Bad mistake there, David. I'd be kicking for goals. I think they've got to get the points on the board.
Oh, what have they got this time? Poker Keeler. Oh, throws the ball out. Now they spin it out to Thomas Cuvier. Lost the ball. No, the Commonwealth got it back. Well, they went backwards in that movement. Tara Gow to Arrivo Tomaku. He gets the ball back to Tara Gow. To Poker Keeler. To John Joseph. Makes a break. Gets a pass one, pass two. He's still going. He's still going, JJ. He's going awfully close to the line. They're trying to push him over. He's lost the ball. It's another penalty to the Commonwealth. 2 metres out. The crowd want him to take two. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And I do feel it would be Poker Keeler to take this kick. It is. Poker Keeler, the halfback, who's quite an accurate shot for goal, very close at close range. You're going to take the 2 points.
Can't understand the thinking, David. They had a chance there before to kick for goals. They didn't kick it. They've gone down the field a little bit further. Admittedly, it's closer, but now they're going to have a kick at goal.
That's right. Well, for a while there, the Kiwis had a little bit rattled by the play of the Commonwealth. They just couldn't put it all together. Poker Keeler comes in. It's there. 20-5.
Scums at the moment, David, are 4-all with the Commonwealth leading the penalty 6-1.
It's an interesting penalty count once again for the Commonwealth. I recall the last game against Bala with a penalty count of 11 or 12-1, I think it was. But I think they've had to earn all those penalties. They've been there, and referee John Gasser, when he sees a penalty, he awards it. He starts playing with the gap. Commonwealth let it back as Arrivo Tomaku. Graham West got hold of him. Poker Keeler, a big Philip roller on the ball, a big shoulder charge there. While the up two opposite numbers, he lost the ball. Commonwealth spinning it out quickly. James Lulawai joins the line. They've got the overlap on again. John Whittaker got back inside to Gary Plum. James Lulawai. But he's stopped there by John Mugambi. Here we spin it out again. Right out through the back line. It's big Graham West. There's the half-time siren. They've lost the ball. They've knocked it on. Cumulls have come up with it. Can they do something before half-time? It's Jimmy Peter. He's trying to get rid of it, but he can't. That's half-time. We've got a scoreline of New Zealand 23, PNG Cumulls 5, and we'll be back up in the second half after this break. With the second half, we've enjoyed our Sandmig red and gold, 23-5 the score. What can the Cumulls do in the second half? Once again, we've been entertained at half-time by the Royal PNG Constabulary Band, and their man on the cymbals is a big hit around Port Moresby, and also the Kiwis. I don't think they've ever seen anything like that before. No changes to the Kiwi line, but I see Joe Tepp, wearing Guernsey number 14, is on for the
Rio Tau Marco's off by the look of it.
Rio Tau Marco's off. But Joe Tepp will go straight into the second row. Anyway, it's Kiwi with the ball. Gordon Smith, that's a Gear McGann. And there's penalty to Kiwis. Joe Tepp told to get off him. Jim again kicks it in the touch. Right, just big Mark Broadhurst on the ball. Now he's showing a bit more life, but he's brought together. I think the Cumulls like tackling Mark Broadhurst. Big Graham West. They don't like tackling him, but there's a swarm of Cumul jumpers around him. For the first time she's brought to ground. Howie Tamati once again at dummy half to his cousin Kevin Tamati. Tackled there by Poker Keeler and John McGamby. Plays it to Graham West. Fingertip to Bruce Goal. a good strong run. West, Broadhurst, Talmity, juggles the first time, locked it on. Well, they had the overlap once again there, but Kevin Tamity couldn't hang on to that ball. Another scrum, 5-4 the scrums to the New Zealand Kiwis. Make a kilo to feed. It's a Kumul win. Make a kilo. Tara Gare, Jack Wananara. Getting right into the thick of things. John Tinek and I take a killer, Tara Gare, tries to make a break. Don't get that pass to John McGambie. Well, things are pretty quiet in the early part of the second half. Now see what the Kumals can do. John Joseph's got the ball. He made some good breaks in the first half. Probably one of Kumals' better players. Take a killer. Decides not to kick. That's to Jimmy Peter. Canis Kavir on the ball. He's lost the ball, and it's Gordon Smith that's come up with it. Hugh McGann. No, that's John Whitaker. Goes from dummy half. That's McGann. Ball now. Out to Clayton Friend. Goes for a run. Off plays to Graham West. That's a lovely pass, and West is going to score. Kangas Kavir under the post for a very simple try once again. Kevin Tammany made the break, offloaded to Graham West, and he scored under the post.
It was noticeable just before that try, David, that the Kumals were standing very flat in defence. They're going to have to move up into these New Zealand players if they're going to try and stop them. It's no good standing back and letting them run to you.
Gordon Smith, really simple kick for him. He's got 4 from 5 at the moment. As the Kumals are going to get back into this game, they better get on and hurry with it. Kick, another simple one for him. Another 2 points. 28-5. Poker Keeler to restart play with another one of his tactical kicks. How many times have we seen that today? Anyway, it's Mark Broadhurst who comes up to the ball.
Get him on side!
Bruce Gall.
It's been a trier all day, Bruce Gore, running that ball up the centre and doing the hard work for the Kiwis.
It's Kevin Tamity. It's a pass back to Harry Tamity. A quick pass out the back line to Gordon Smith. He has nowhere to go.
Well, listen, just put the fish in there. Tackle!
Graham West, back inside to Mark Broadhurst. That Levi gets a pass away once again, though, to Kevin Tamity, to Bruce Gall. He stops on the halfway mark. Could have thrown the pass away, but he can't. Continue to play it out that side through Harry Tamity. He tries to make a break, but 6th and last. We haven't seen the Kiwis kick very much today. James Lularoy comes up, but Graham West decides to go himself. There's a kick by John Whitaker. It's a good kick. And he's found touch about 3 metres short of the PNG line. Well, we haven't seen too much kicking today, but that was a fine kick there by John Whitaker. Very experienced campaigner, 32 years of age.
John Whitaker spotting that there was nobody down on the blind side, marking back for the 6th tackle and picked up the touchdown there.
There's a Kumul feed, but New Zealand have come up with it. Tom Whittaker, James Luluoy in the line, gets a pass out to Gary Prime, who cuts back inside. He's looking to offload, but he can't. He's well and truly tied up there by Joe Tett. A metre short of the line. Dummy half. Throw it out wide now. That's to the back, so a bit of a crisscross. Hugh McGann's got the ball. He's got out of one tackle, but he's brought down once again about a metre short.
It's an overlap on the blind side here, David. They've gone the blind too.
There's the pass. Very simple try. Picked it straight away there, Marty. Quick passing. That's to Graham West, and it's Bruce Gall, who's very deserving of a try today. Played very well. 31-5 the score, and I get the impression that the New Zealanders are going to run all over the Kumals now. The crowd disapproving of that scoreline of 31-5. They're not very happy. They want to see the Kumals get back into this game.
Noticeable somebody, some are already moving out the gate at the background there too, David.
Yes. Well, this will be Gordon Smith's hardest kick. He's not renowned for his long distance kicking. Very accurate kicker, 5 from 6 so far today. See what he can do with this one. Here it comes. It's there. Just straight in. Well, doesn't matter how you get them. 6 from 7. 33-5 the score. Take nothing away from the New Zealanders though. They've played good rugby today. They've too much experience for the Kumals. They've thrown the ball around, created the overlap. It's just been far too good for them. Well, referee John Goser has ruled that the ball didn't go 5 metres, and another tackle kick by Poker Keeler.
Bad play from the key Kumul forwards there, not letting the ball go the 10 metres.
John Whittaker kicks for touch. He's not going to find it. Joe Tett. That's to John Joseph, who kicks a technical kick. Jimmy Peters running up on that ball. It's bounced over James Ludowi's head, but he's going to get out of that tackle, and he's run the ball up now. He's going to link up with Dana. He doesn't. He runs up to his halfway mark, and that was a good run there by James Ludowi. He too has played a good game today. Pass from Damatis at West. This is Kevin Fisher. He's well and truly taken up by Yainga Pilakos. Damatis for dummy half. Broadhurst to West. Changes direction. This is Bruce Gall once again on the surge. He's run it up to the 22-metre line. Now the Kiwis spin it out. Gary Prime. He's got Dana. He's seen the gap. He's gone through the gap. He's going to score. Oh, another good one there by Gary Prime. He's gap in the defence. He went straight through it. The defence thought he was going to pass to Dana Howard, but his experience told, and he scored. About 10 minutes in from touch. Score now 36-5.
Once again, David, the Kumul forward standing out in the centres again. At that stage, that time it was Tara Gow. And Gary Prime easy able to step around Tara Gow and set sail for the line.
goal so far. The way things are going, I don't think it's going to be his last. You'll be able to follow this one on your screen, right behind this one. Here he comes. It's there. 38-5 the score. Play. Kevin Tamati. They try and put it in the touch, and they do. Some of the crowd getting a little vocal towards the
Kevin Tamati had a few words to say there. You probably picked it up on the screen. They weren't very nice, though. Very disappointed about being pushed into touch.
New Zealand halfback feed. I think that one was hooked back by Mark Broadhurst, in fact. I think he knows it too. Poker Keeler to kick the touch on the commentary side of the Lloyd Robson Oval. What can the Kumals do this time? Sasama, dummy half, runs himself, trying to get involved with the play. 22 metres out. Tara Gow. So we'll spin it out. Jimmy Peter, who's made a break. And he's brought down by Gordon Smith. John McGammy from dummy half. He doesn't make any headway there. Jack Wananara. Back inside to Joe Tepp. JJ just lets that ball go over his head. John McGammy's knocked it on. Well, the Kumals can't do anything right at the moment. And I do see that Jimmy Peters limping around there. Perhaps Gary Falanga might opt to put on Joe Ketsia. Anyway, it's a New Zealand feed and a New Zealand win. Leighton Friends come up with it. 7-5 the scrums to the Kiwis. Is that man again, Bruce Gall. Kevin Tamati wasn't able to get away there from Tara Gow. Kevin Fisher goes himself. Mark Broadhurst. Tamati. He offloads. Intercepted there by Poker Killer. But now the Kiwis, once again, it's been intercepted and knocked back, and the Kiwis have come up with it, and 6 tackle starts again. Well, twice there, the Kumals may have intercepted that ball. There obviously Mark Broadhurst now, brought down from behind by Yanga Pilakos. There's Tamati, got outside, he's got his winger, Kevin Fisher, and he's bundled into touch there by Alan Rero. You can see in the middle of the ground, it's John Joseph receiving treatment from Paul Lung. Take a care of the feed. The New Zealand win once again. They spin it out quickly. John Whittaker gets the pass back to Gary Prome. He gets out of the tackle of Yalanga Pilakos. To West, who'll offload to Broadhurst. Broadhurst running it up himself. The knock on there by Mark Broadhurst. The atmosphere here at the moment is not as lively as when they first come out on the field. I guess most of the crowd are disappointed with the scoreline at the moment of 38-5. John Joseph back on his feet, he's joined the line. Once again, it's another Kiwi victory. Gordon Smith, that's to Gary Prime, that's to John Whittaker. He's got the swing outside him, but he's dropped the ball, Kevin Fisher, and knocked into touch, but referee John Gash has asked that we have a scrum down, and there's
New Zealand is starting to make a few mistakes at this stage, David, in their eagerness to try and score these tries. They're getting a bit easier for them. If they settle back down again, I think, and start to play their normal football.
The two reserves for the New Zealand Kiwis are both warming up. Once again, it's another Kiwi win. Interesting to see whether or who Seth Manford decides to take off. The Kiwis won the last three scrums. They've played with fearless speed. See what they can do this time. It's been picked up. The loose ball picked up there by Hume again, and the Kiwis have got the ball back to Hume again. He's going to score under the post. Well, once again, quick work by the Kiwis. The ball was loose, ran that scrum. Hume again picked it up, made the break. Quick pass to Gordon Smith. Smith back to him again, and try under the post. 41-5, and Gordon Smith has another straightforward kick for goal.
Interesting to note there, David, that scrum was actually won by the Commonwealth. However, the New Zealanders, with their experience again, turned the scrum around and were able to gain possession.
And now, two reserves for Kiwis have gone on, and coming off is Dane O'Hara and Kevin Tamati. Dane O'Hara in your screen, the winger. And the kick was being converted by Gordon Smith. Scoreline now 43-5. Also noticed that Joe Ketchu is warming up, and I think Joe Ketchu is going on, and Sasamu is coming off. Joe Ketchu joins play.
Notice Bruce Gall has gone out into the wing out here in the place where Dane O'Hara was playing before. They're going to give him a rest now. He's had a big game.
And there's Tony Cole getting straight into the action. West. Tries to get the pass back. He does his back, but it is not back. Notice every time Graham West goes for a run of the ball, 2 or 3 Kiwis follow him up for the end of that. Anyway, the Kiwis spin it out again. James Lillywhite makes half a break. Holds it up for Bruce Gall at the wing. I do believe Bruce Gall played on the wing in Highlands or Oval. Like Broadhurst. Again. Jordan Smith, John Whittaker. Gets out of 1 or 2 tackles, but he's swamped there by Kummel. 6th and last. Clayton Friend, Gordon Smith. What's he going to do with it? He's tackled there by John Joseph. Thrown to ground. They're scrum down.
Rain starting to come down again, David. Catchy is on the field, I see there also.
Yeah, Joe's out on the wing now. Well, it's a Kummel scrum victory. Baker Keeler. Tanek and I, dummy half. He's lost the ball though in that good tackle. It's out to Gary Crone. Crone back inside to him again. Again's going for the line. He's lost it. He's kicked to the head. Bruce Gall has but no, referee John Gash has not good for it. He'll put a scrum down. About 5 metres out from Kummel line. Yes, conditions here at the Lloyd Robson Oval now become very wintry. Rain become a little bit heavier. Once again, it's a Kummel victory. What can they do for us in the last 15 minutes? go from Dummy Half.
Got to start throwing that ball around, David, if they're going to start to make breaks. Just going one out at the moment.
Poker Keeler. Philip Roller, he's been very quiet today. Now his side, but he gets a good pass. Back to Poker Keeler. Back to Jimmy Peter, but he's lost it. And Gordon Smith's come up with the ball. Gary Prime. Gets a pass to Hume again. Every time they seem to be able to get this pass away, he backs into the tackle. That's a penalty to the Cummels. What was that for, Marty?
All he had to do was play the ball. He had one to have a go at the man in front of him who gave him a bit of a rough up in the tackle. Referee Gosha penalised him for not playing the ball.
Tarraga's going to take a quick tap. Fence is back good 15 metres and he runs it up before they come and meet him. He gets a pass over, it's knocked on, and Gary Prame's got the ball. Well, the Cummels can't do anything right, and neither can the Kiwis. Howie Tamati's knocked that one on. Both teams now have made a lot of careless errors in the last couple of minutes. Perhaps the ball's getting a little greasy. John Gasher asked Poker Keeler to put it in again. That's a penalty to the Kiwis, striking before the ball was in. 43-5 to score. Approximately 15 minutes of play left. And a good kick there by James Lulaway to the 22-metre line. Now what can the Kiwis do this time? On the ball, Owen Wright. The fence wait for him to come. Harry Tamati, as usual, dummy half to Graham West. James Lulaway, dummies one way than the other, but just can't get past John McGambie and John Joseph. Again, Tony Cole. He offloads the ball to the winger, but it's out to the winger, Kevin Fisher, who's going to score in the corner. The second try to Kevin Fisher, 46-5 the score. Once again, just quick hands by the Kiwis, throw the ball out, way out of the overlap, and another try. Well, I guess a lot of the crowd are a little disappointed with this 46-5 scoreline. They were hoping that the Cummels were, probably not expecting to win, but expecting to put up a good show. And I guess a lot of them have been disappointed. We'll take a break here and be back with the final 10 minutes of the PNG Cummels versus New Zealand Kiwis.
We're a nation growing up, gonna be a big, strong land. Got to have a good, strong beer made for the people of our land. San Miguel's the true new beer, that's the best beer in the land. It's a better, stronger beer made for the man of Papua New Guinea land. When you worked up a great big thirst, San Miguel's the beer to down. San Miguel's the big, strong beer, a friend for our working man. Yes, we've got a great new beer, that's the best beer in the land. San Miguel's a stronger beer for good times with your friends. And when the work is done, it's the beer that's in your hand. San Miguel is made for fun, fun for the Papua New Guinea man. San Miguel's the brand new beer, that's the true beer in the land.
Brown, one-time San Migret.
San Migret, the 1-2 change because it's made for a big, strong land.
Keeler restarts play. Going west, Tony Cole is up to halfway. Owen right. An offload here to Hume again. He's been break, he's got Broadus inside, but he can't get a pass away. Harry Tamati holds the ball out to John Whittaker. John Whittaker gets out of that capture, then they keep throwing the ball around. Gordon Smith, Tony Cole, Clayton Friend, but he's knocked it on. They're scrum down. Scrums at the moment 10-7 to New Zealand. The penalties, Marty?
8-3 in favour of Cummels. Have a mistake rate at the moment of 17 to New Zealand and 11 to the Cummels.
Wasn't very happy with it.
Not letting the Cummels into the scrum. The New Zealand were trying to pack down. He was requesting them to come up. They wouldn't come up, so he penalised them.
Well, Baker Keeler takes a quick tap and he runs it up 10 minutes short of the halfway mark to John Joseph. Back inside to Philip Rolder. John Kanekani, Baker Keeler. Philip, that's Congress Cuvier. The pass goes forward. Referee John Gash lands the play on. It's John Whittaker. Gary Prime from dummy half. Bruce Gore. Owen Wright. The offload once again. Now they spin it out. 5-8. James Luluai with the ball. It's tackled by Jack Wandanara. Clayton Friend and dummy half. To their winger, Kevin Fisher, scorer of 2 tries. There's a run around here. They hold it up for Broadhurst. And he once again is tackled. He hasn't made too many breaks today. They seem to have kept their eye on him. But let folks like West and Gall make the break. Anyway, 5-8 kicks ahead. Straight down the throat of Congress Kavir, and he takes it safely. In fact, he gets the pass back to Jack Deckenay, who's been knocked forward. 6 starts again. Well, everybody thought it was knocked forward, but it's in fact knocked back. Baker Keeler. Jack Wandanara. Pass back to Poker Keeler with the ball now. Play before with Alan Rero.
They have to do, David. That's better football. Throwing the ball around, making the ball do the work.
Well, I know some of these Kiwis are just coming back into the fence now. There's 2 or 3 forwards over the other side. Hands on hips. They're obviously very tired now, and perhaps the Cummels can score another try. JJ's got the ball. As he's commonly known in Port Moresby rugby. Philipos to Joe Catcher. The fine break by Joe Catcher. He kicks ahead, but straight down the throat of James Luluai. Bruce Gore once again in the action. He gets the pass back to Mark Broadhurst. Dummies one way or the other. He's tackled, he's lost the ball in fact. That's John Joseph. Now the Cummels have got it. What can they do? Jimmy Peter out to John Wagambi. He's got Jack Wandanara back to Wagambi. Gambi's going one way, now he's out to his winger, Alan Rero. He's out of one tackle, he's heading for the corner, but he's voluntarily brought down from behind. Pulled into touch. It was a good tackle there. By there. Scrum half. Clayton Friend, who put the winger, Alan Rero, from behind. Well, the Cummels showed signs of scoring there.
Starting to throw the ball around, David, is what they should have been doing earlier.
Well, it's a New Zealand feed and win. This is John Whittaker. Now to Marty, back inside to Tony Cole. It's a pass back to Whittaker, to Gary Prime. He's got Bruce Ball outside him, taken by Joe Katsu. He can't get that pass away. And nearly went into touch. Darmody, the West runs it up. Here comes Broadhurst. No, he elects to go to McGann instead. West, Tony Cole, goes himself. Darmody, Broadhurst. No, swing him to ground, right. Whittaker gets on the dummy, he's heading for the corner, he's got somebody inside him. There's another pass to the no try.
Drop the ball, David, drop the ball.
Over the line. Well, probably one pass too many there by the Kiwis. John Whittaker made the break to McGann. McGann passed it to Gordon Smith, but he knocked it on over the line. Start tap from 22-metre line. Tara Gow. Coca-Cola, one-handed, but McGann's the ball. Philip Roller gets a pass back. Joe Tepp. He's tackled by John Whittaker. And the replacement player, Owen Wright, on the 14. Coca-Cola holds up for Tara Gow. Coca-Cola, John Joseph, makes half a break. Coca-Cola, Yolang fill across. Jimmy Peter outside. Jimmy Peter's got a lot of pace and he's caught well. A lovely tackle there by Clayton Friend from behind. But once again, a good movement from the backline movement by the Kummels. Now they spin the ball out again. Gamby. That's to Jack Wananara. Back inside to Tungus Kuvir. He gets the pass across to Jack Takanai. But he's lost the ball. It's gone to Kevin Fisher. Line. 46-5 the score. We've got a couple of minutes play left. Can the Kummels score once more? Clayton Friend to feed. It's another Kiwi win. And again to Lulawai. Off road again, but he doesn't. He's Tony Cole. Brought to ground by John Joseph. Owen Wright straightens up now to Gary Prom, out to Bruce Cole, going up the wing. He can't get past the tackle. He does get past the tackle. He's lost his boot, and he can't get past the tackle of Coca-Cola. There's been another penalty to the Kiwis.
Was for kicking the player as he got up to play the ball for David.
Coca-Cola kicks for touch. Right on the halfway mark. Coca-Cola, John Joseph, a long pass out to Jimmy Peter. He straightens up, he's clearly strong centre, but he can't get past those two players. Yolanga Philacross from dummy half. Jack Wananara. Coca-Cola, Tara Gow, back to Coca-Cola, put him under a bit of pressure, he had nowhere to go. John Joseph holding the ball up for somebody inside, and Philip Rolder, but he wasn't running onto it. Back to John Joseph. He throws a pass out this way to Kangas Cuvier. He gets past one bloke. Can't get past the big frame of Captain Graham West. Back to John Joseph. Well, anyway, John Joseph's pass has been intercepted and he's been taken. There's a try, another try to New Zealand. That's their luck. Hugh McGann, well, the Commonwealth are trying to just hang on to that ball. Pass was intercepted by Hugh McGann. Just caught on the line by John Joseph, but he momentum carried him over. Another try to New Zealand, 49-5 the score, and another gimme kick for Gordon Smith.
Actually a bad mistake there by John McGambie. John Joseph's pass went straight to John McGambie, but John McGambie was not interested in the ball and just ran straight through without even taking it.
Perhaps at this stage of the game we could look at some of the best players. Start off with the New Zealand Kiwis. As we said throughout the commentary, Bruce Gall's played a fine game. In fact, I'm probably they've all played a fine game. Graham West running them all up. Kevin Tamati. I'm surprised Mark Broadhurst had a fairly quiet game. Lulu Boy's joined the back line a few times, and John Whittaker's made some fine breaks. That's the half-back combination of Gordon Smith and Clayton Friend. Another conversion there by Gordon Smith. He's kicked 9 from 10. The score 51-5. I don't think there's been anyone who's played outstanding football for the Cummels. Some of their big-name players have been very quiet. John Joseph showed glimpses of some sparkling form early in the first half, but couldn't go on with it. Poker Keeler's played quite well. He's probably one of the better players. Restart of play, it's gone straight into the hands of Mark Broadhurst. Replacement player, Tony Cole, making a good run. Good 20-metre run there before he's brought to ground. Howie Tammany, who's been all day at dummy half. And to Owen Wright. Offloads to Clayton Friend. He's looking for the way to go. Tammany to Broadhurst. Kicks ahead, pretty unusual for Mark Broadhurst. But Alan Rero's going to get back there and regain the ball. Running it right across the zone behind the post. He's going to get the ball into the play. So there's Joe Catcher making a bit of a break. There's Tara Gow. I notice at the moment that John Joseph is being carried off the field. Anyway, back to the action. It's Philip Rolder. Don't be much time left now. Can the Cummel salvage another try? Tara Gow. Offloads to Jimmy Peter, to John McGambie, and he's dropped the ball. Graham West picks it up. He takes it Clayton Friend. Clayton Friend stands up there, bang on the halfway mark by Joe Katsu, who threw in a nice left and right combination there. He's been kicked ahead by James Lillaway. I think the calls aren't chasing him. He's kicked it forward again. Pass. Well, you saw it on the screen. Very simple try. James Lillaway kicked it forward, kicked it once again. Cuvier couldn't regain the ball. It's another try. The full-time Hooters gone. 54-5. It's going to be Tony Collins going to kick this kick for goal. It's there. 56-5 the score. Well, Marty, any thoughts on the game?
I think the Kiwis were undoubtedly a much better side, which proves by the score. I expected them to be better, but I didn't. I expected the Commonwealth to put up a much better show than that. I thought the possession from the scrums might have been the big thing, but the New Zealanders end up winning the scrums 12-7. So they put up a fairly good show there in the scrums. They won the penalties, the Cromwells 10-3, so they had their fair share of the possessions. I think the New Zealanders were just too big, too fast and too more experienced.
Right. The players here just taking hands up for a fine game. Well, despite the scoreline of 56-5, a lot of the crowd would have enjoyed to come and watch an international game, international flavour, and the Kiwis didn't let the crowd down.
And those awards go to the best back for New Zealand and Uruguay.
Graham West.
Just an